Hi everyone. Welcome to PMCC's second BrainHuddle webinar of the year. It is our pleasure to have you here with us today on a late Friday afternoon. At PMCC, we provide project management and consulting services for a wide range of sectors globally. BrainHuddle is one of our initiatives to provide a platform for experts of respective fields to share about topics relevant to the current situation in the market, allowing you to relate the knowledge in real life as well as your work situations. And if you wish to find out more about our services, visit our website, pmcc-corporation.com. So for today's BrainHuddle session, our topic is the power of digital tool in data-driven construction procurement, presented by 𝗪𝗲𝗯, who is a lawyer, adjudicator, and arbitrator, as well as the founder of SPEEDBRICK. Before we begin, let us go through the house rules. You are encouraged to switch on your cameras and interact with the speaker to get the most out of this experience. Do mute yourselves unless instructed otherwise, and post your questions in the chat box if you have any along the session. They will be addressed at the end of this session. Now, without further ado, I pass the floor to 𝗪𝗲𝗯.
Hello, hi everyone. My name is 𝗪𝗲𝗯. I'm the founder of SPEEDBRICK, and I see it's a very small group. It's just 21 of us. If you all don't mind, maybe we can have a discussion. So if you all can open your video, that would be nice. Okay, today we are discussing about data-driven procurement, the how, the what, and the why. I will be focused very heavily on sharing the ingredients of how we develop a system, and basically why is it important and how it's being utilized. So you all can stop me anytime to ask questions. Otherwise, you can ask the questions at the end of sessions. Okay. Contractor's dream, right, is to deliver project on time and within budget. Maybe before that, maybe you all can put in the chat group how many of you are, what is your position in the company? Are you a QS? Are you working in the construction companies? That would be nice so that I know who are in the industry. I have been told that majority of you are QSs. So contractor's dream is they want to deliver project on time and within budget. And the reality is there's delay and over budget. So to put in the context of QS, right? QS job is to make sure that we don't lose our money. But manually, that is very, very difficult. We don't have visibility of how money is wasted. So SPEEDBRICK journey started 8 years ago. We start to solve contractors' headaches. So what headaches are? The main headaches is only money. Contractors always say, I got no money to pay my subcon, my client didn't pay me. So there's a lot of issues, cash flow issues as well. We are currently serving contractors from Malaysia and also Singapore. In Singapore, we digitalize the tallest building in Singapore. Okay. When I started the company, it was 8 years ago. The dream came to us 8 years ago. SPEEDBRICK commercialized 4 years ago. That means we developed the system for 8 years, basically made a lot of mistakes, and then only started to sell it 4 years ago. And 4 years ago, we only do 2 things. Why? The story is when one day I was working at the construction sites. If you all stay near to 𝗔𝗯𝗶𝗁, right, one of the projects that I was running is the project near 𝗔𝗯𝗶𝗁. There was a sewerage road. If some of you staying in this area or go to court, right, it used to be when it rains, right, the entire area will flood. So the project is under DBKL, and the Metric Center, right, that was my project. My job there is to build the sewerage pipe. So 8 years ago, I actually know how to do dumping level. I actually know how to do project management for the project. So that time, usually sewerage work is night work because we want to control the traffic. So during that time, every night we can install 4 pipes. So it's a very big pipe, 2,100. The big one can go up to 3,000 diameter. So these are all the pipes that we're installing. So one night maximum we can only install 4. If it's very deep, like 3-4 meter deep, right, we have to do shoring, and one night maybe we can only install 1 pipe. So every night we have to get permissions from DBKL, and one of the things is that I need to ensure we have enough material to install the pipe. So because it's DBKL road, right, when we request delivery from our supplier, we have to put it inside the management center, and at night I have to get a backhoe to move the pipe out and put it at the road shoulder. The challenge is management is very big. The site is very big. When we deliver material, right, we can deliver it at plot A and plot B and plot C. Because when we do sewage work, we don't just do at one location. It's multiple locations simultaneously. So my job is to ensure I got enough pipe at night, and I need to make sure I got enough pipe in the morning, because morning also you have another team installing within site boundary. So night is outside site boundary, or morning inside site boundary. And there was this one incident where I did not check, and we don't have pipe that night. We lost quite a lot of money because of that. So I came up with the idea, hey, the challenge is because I work at late night, right? I work until 8 o'clock in the morning. I have to go back to my office to check what are the material I have already delivered or haven't delivered. Sometimes you call supplier, they don't want to deliver to you because you did not issue PO. The bulk PO finished already. So how to do this? And some projects when I handle, I lose money. My first project was the project on the road 𝗪𝗯𝗶𝗁. So 𝗪𝗯𝗶𝗁, there's 2 water tanks. One of the water tank was my project. Where the project I lost 7 figures. My company lose, not me. So my company lost 7 figures because I have no idea what is material management. Material management is very difficult. It's very complicated. We have huge bulk amount of delivery orders quantities, especially when you deal with concrete, right? If you concrete every day, 1 month, maybe you have 600 concrete delivery orders. So how do you track 600 concreting delivery orders? Each DO come out with 1 meter, 5 meter cube, 10 meter cube, and there's a lot of manual compilations. And so I started with the idea of we want to track material. So that is the beginning of the journey of SPEEDBRICK. So why SPEEDBRICK? As some of you know, I'm a lawyer. So I enjoy construction law. But my dad is a contractor. So that's why I managed to lose money. But also I still survive. If other company, the thing is, many people lose money, but they don't know they lose money. But for me, right, I got no choice. I have to count the contract you claim how much, and then how much you spend. Do you make money or lose money? So I go through all that process, and I actually studied engineering as well. So I actually understand how to do taking off, quantity takeoff, rebar measurements, things like that. So I started with streamlining procurement. You know why not? Because procurement is a challenge. So I start with, okay, what if site uncle can raise material requests with their mobile phone? Today, still a lot of contractors using WhatsApp, email. They call, hey, I need these items yesterday. But when you're ordering the material, do you know whether it's within budget or exceeded budget? Actually, no one's known. We don't know whether it's within or exceeded. We just order only. So streamlining is the fundamental. Basically, make sure everyone's in the platform. You order this and then it's recorded automatically. So the automatically is important. Then I was like, I have this brilliant idea. Hey, what if the system can give you over quantity alert? Then you think, hey, over budget already, that would be nice. And we started with this, and today, these are the solutions that we have. Over the past 4 years, we grew our features 200 times, more than 200 times. So we have a lot of early supporters 4 years ago, and we upgraded the entire system for free 200 times for the past 4 years. So right now, today I'll focus very heavily on the data-driven procurement process. It's not just procurement process, it's data-driven. What do I mean by that? This is something that we understand. But as an overview, cost control is all about you take in this project at this contract amount, and you're spending money in 3 locations, 3 areas. Your material, your subcontractors, your labor. Basically 3 M's are material, manpower, and machinery. So our system track these 3 M, and we also track your income. So for QS, of course, if most of you are QS, my background is a lawyer, so I also track the contractual important deadlines. So EP, EOT, CPC, CMGD, these kinds of important things is automatically tracked, so that QS don't have so much stress. So this is what we have today. And the value we have achieved so far is the financial cost control. Today, I will focus very heavily on sharing with you how the pain that I've been through in designing a system. I'm not a system designer. That means I don't do the coding. My background is a lawyer, but now I think I can do a little bit of QS work. And I have a data team. Now I also think that we are very good at data analysis. So streamlined procurement is the fundamental, because this is very difficult to achieve. But what we may be able to achieve is that not only that we can streamline the way contractors buy material, we can also automatically give them 100% accurate reports without data entry. Okay, and last week I went to TechQ Constructions company. Basically, the CFO, after Chinese New Year, they took all the data in our system. They cross-check it with the account and finance data, and then they realized, right, our data is more accurate than their accounting data. So I am actually very impressed with what we have achieved so far. And data analytics is something amazing that we have been focusing for the past 12 to 18 months. And in terms of reducing work, to us, I think construction's workload is too heavy and we are always constantly understaffed. And we managed to actually reduce workload for Westland 𝗪𝗪𝗏. We managed to reduce work by eliminating certain work. I will show you how we eliminate works, completely eliminating it by using technologies. And for that particular company, we help them to be more efficient by 1,500 hours per month. Okay. This is some of our small methods. So let's talk about the challenges that we face. So everyone wants to streamline procurement process. This is a typical contractors, how they order material. Basically, the QS will come in the budget. Budget is in terms of quantity. Then site supervisor, they have to ask for material. Today, they either do it with the SMS, WhatsApp, or they do it in email. Some company, they want an email over there, or mainly this is the competitor. And when we design a system, our competitor is never another solution. It's always things like WhatsApp, things like pen and paper. And then project manager, when they approve, right? Today, even approval flow is also a challenge, because in certain company you have below 2,000 this person approve, above 2,000 that person approve, and then it have to go through multiple approval. One issue that we face over here is that, traditionally approval is, you don't know you need to approve until the documents come to you. That means you don't know what is going on until it's on your table. And these are some of the challenges that we face. Then, of course, purchaser will issue a PO, manager will approve it based on this. Then site clerk, when delivery order is there, the site clerk, today they compile the delivery order, and then usually the site supervisor will take it back to the office. What challenge is that the delivery order usually become 𝗪𝗪𝗏, or they put in the washing machine, they wash it. So the delivery order matching has never been done. So, and when it comes back to the documents come back to account, right? Account will need to match it manually and then key into accounting system. And then they want more information. So the challenges that we face is that every company is different. Everyone has their own method of doing work. Every department is very siloed. So challenge number one is, how do we get 80 people in a project to agree to do things the same way? Okay, you see, one company, you got 80-year-old uncle, and then you got a 20-year-old people, engineers. So people working at site, right, they always think that it's hard work on their end, because they're working under the sun. It's very difficult, and they have to handle main con stress, or they have to handle stress from the clients. They forget that purchaser, people sitting in office, they are also very stressed. So typically, you see a normal contractor, construction company, the purchasers are always, no one loves the purchasers one, because purchasers are very fierce. there's a huge fight between site and business. So the challenge is how do we get these people to use this? Then when we design the system, right, the first step is that can site people use technologies? Site, when I started the company when we started designing the system, that time a lot of senior people working at site, they're looking at 60 years old, 70 years old. My oldest users during that time I was 70 years old. Now I think our oldest users are 72. How can you ensure old uncles use technology? This is also another challenge, because I think a lot of software fail because the system is too complicated to use. Then of course, rubbish in, rubbish out. How can we ensure people are willing to use it? So what we did, okay, I went to 200 companies before I started the company to understand the problems. And then we realized that what management want is very different from what site wants. Management want money only. They always ask the questions, why over budget, but they don't know why over budget. Then they start blaming, is site supervisor not working? But actually, whose job to make sure that you are staying within budget? Because today, right, what's going on is that site, they order material by WhatsApp. Purchaser, when they collect these documents, right, they have to key into Excel. This is difficult because if you have multiple people working in a project, the data is very difficult to match back. So the solutions that we smartly come up with is personalizations. So we came up with an 11 users permission in the system. That means site people, they only need to see their own project. They cannot see money, they cannot see anything, they can only see their own project. They can only see what they need to order. When they come in, there's only 2 buttons for them to click. One is create MR. So we create a system that's so easy for them. You come in, you just tell me, you click create MR, you tell me what you want to buy. That's it. And our users address us as a one-touch system, a single-touch system. And then these informations, then how can we ensure project managers want to use it? They're so busy. So the benefit that we give to project manager is that when project managers are approving an MR, right, today how they approve. So we put all the approval in one place, and then they will be able to see the value that we give them is that we automatically compile the data for them to tell them, hey, this order is within budget or exceeded budget. So they're able to make a decision. It's very personalized. Basically, a project manager, when they come into the system, they will be able to see how many MR I need to approve. So how can we ensure project manager actually approve the material request, right? We then utilize collaborative by purchaser. So the moment site issue the request, purchaser will also receive an alert. Inside purchasers, right, they will be able to see red color and green color. Red color means this person haven't done his work. Then we check how many days they haven't done his work. Then who haven't done his work? Sometimes you got multiple people haven't done his work. Green color means purchaser can issue PO already. So by doing this, right, we achieve 100% approval rate. There is no delay. So from here to here, purchaser then can issue the PO. Once purchaser issue the PO, manager will be able to then approve the PO. So from here to here, right, last time it may take 2 to 3 days. With our system, our client achieved maximum 15 minutes. Sorry, minimum 15 minutes. So a very significant improvement over here. And how can we ensure that they will use it willingly? Okay, we do it because we tell the client, boss, boss, you need to force. Initially, we say, boss, you need to force for people. Then we realize people are not using the system. Then what happened is that we then came up with the idea to map the data to account. By when delivery order come, they put in the delivery order. Why they put in the delivery order? Because you want to pay your client, we have to feed the data to your account. So today in SPEEDBRICK, the moment delivery order is in, we do auto matching for them. They don't need to do any more matching. Previously, before SPEEDBRICK, they have to key in something called a good receipt note in their accounting system. Now they don't need to do it. We take that job completely away. So one company, we actually save 180 hours just by eliminating the GRN. Last time, 9 people doing the data entry work. Now they only have 3 people in accounts. So that is actually very powerful. So how can we ensure people are using? We are basically putting in accountability, and then we create an ecosystem where if you don't do your work, I cannot do my work, and I know that you haven't do your work, then I will go and chase you. And when it comes to payment, of course, director will be jumping right, why you haven't do your work. So we also leverage on directors to make sure the system actually using. And most importantly, punishment is not working on. It's actually the incentive. Our competitors, when it comes to old people, right, is pen and paper and phone. So how do we make things easy for them, right? Is that we create a system where they can just touch, because some of the item they buy is general and rebar, concrete, so they can just touch and put in quantity, touch and put in quantity. So it's faster than them typing it out. And they get less stress. So this is the step number one, streamline the process. So talk about cost control, right? By streamlining process, you are not doing cost control. So the important thing, the next thing we do is that we don't just digitalize procurement. Then 4 years ago, we realized no one wants to buy our system. Then we asked, why you all don't want to buy? Then people start saying, you're not helping me. You're just streamlining the process. You're not helping me. Then we ask them, what kind of help do you want? Then they say they want data control. They want to control their budget. Okay. Then we go back to the drawing board. We design, we utilize data. So we understand what they want already. Then we say, okay, what is going on today is that QS, when they count out the taking of quantity, right? QS will send these documents to project manager at site and also a procurement department. But in reality, right, who will actually go and see whether you're within budget or exceeding budget? No one. Some they will say they will, but it will take them forever to do that matching, because you buy material in a very fast pace. One day you're looking at 10 or 20 PO that you need to issue. How much time do you have to do a data entry to look through that information? So usually people will do it once a fortnightly or once a month, if they have the resources. But now brain drain is a huge issue. So what we do is that we design a system, a list where QS can put in a budget anytime. Okay, so QS, right, what is the incentive for QS to put in a budget? The budget quantity is that we don't force you to put in the budget quantity the moment you start work, because QS, they need time to calculate. Like for instance, high rises, right, 3 or 4 months, they need time to calculate. So we then came up with the idea that, hey, what if we can separate the system? That means you don't stop the system from, people can still use the system, and when QS come up with the budget already, they can put it in. We can continue to let the system run. So, okay. Then the moment QS have the budget already, right, usually it's the major item, rebar, concrete, BRC, these are the major items. The moment your site people requesting for the material, right, my system can tell you, hey, you exceeded the budget already. But we don't stop them from ordering. We just tell them you exceeded the budget. So we have a remark column that you need to tell the system, hey, why are you buying it? Is it a VO, you know? So we also realize that by doing that, we are helping our clients to capture more VO because boss will ask. So another thing is that then we bring this alert to the project manager. They tell project manager, hey, your site exceeded budget already. So, but exceeded budget is not enough for project manager. Project manager want to know the history of each and every of my order. Why over budget? How over budget? Where over budget? So what we do is when you're approving your MR, I let you know the history of this order. That means if you buy a rebar T10, I can tell you from beginning of the project until today, who ordered it, where was it used, and why it's being ordered, and then where, since when over budget happens. So this manager, then they can approve the quantity with confidence. They approve it with confidence, which is very important. And then for purchaser, of course, they can put in the quotations. They can buy the product. Purchaser love us very much is because they no longer need to type in the name. Purchaser last time they always order raw material because the language used between site and office is different. Site will say dual, the office will like how many mm. So there's the mixed communications. So we ensure they buy the correct material. And when it comes to manager, right, what we do is that we then use data, we give them risk alert. First thing is, what are the risks of this particular PO? By telling them few important data. One, what is your budget quantity? Budget in SPEEDBRICK is not just amount. Material price fluctuations, the PO amount will change. But the quantity, how much quantity you need to use for the project will always be there on. So we ensure the quantity is there. And then we tell you from day one until today how much you have ordered. And then we also tell the manager how many percent exceeded budget. Okay, why we give percentage is because for high-level people, or even at a very high level, right, they want to know how many percent or 0.5% exceed. Okay, that's normal, because they always have in their feeling, gut feeling. Yes, construction is a lot of gut feeling, we all know how many percent exceeded the budget, so they will know lah. Then when site update, what we do is that we automatically take data from here, we consolidate a material list automatically, tell you the whole, or in other words, I can track, if you buy one nail, I can track what nail you buy, how many did you exceed budget in terms of the nail, and then we match the data, we push it to account. And all these information, right, we have this data information ready, we can do a lot more fun stuff. So step 2, to help you save costs, we bring the correct data to the right person at the right time. Because material control, right, is always too late already. The time you know you exceed budget is too late already. There's nothing you can do already. And 99.9% today, bosses are struggling because it's already too late when they find out. So how can we tell them, hey, you are going to have issues? It's just by giving information to the right people at the right time. Okay. Then, of course, then boss say, hey, not enough, I want to track other stuff. Then we have to track income and all other expenses. So all other expenses that we are tracking, basically we can track everything. Subcon certifications. So how we track subcontractors, right, is that we allow QS to issue subcon cert cover page through our system. And in SPEEDBRICK, our data, we have to give 100% accurate data, not 99%, 100%. So we make QS work easier, and we automatically churn out a report. So this is the part where we are tracking. Of course, today we focus on the data analytics. Then this is the fun part. Let's talk about analytics. Because after we streamline the process, then we streamline the data, we still cannot sell our product. We last time we want to sell 600, one year no one wants to buy it. And then we ask boss why. Then the boss say, you cannot help me. I want to. Then we go to ask the boss, what do you want? This is the things that they want. Basically, they want to see financial S-curve. They want to know this project, am I making money or losing money? This is what they want. So, okay, we say, okay, then we go and try and put. So how to do this is always rubbish in, rubbish out. So because we are a workflow system, there's no data manipulations, and we can actually give you accurate data. Then we generate our financial S-curve. So we compile all information we collect from here. We generate a financial S-curve. The most powerful one is that for financials, for companies, when you want to monitor your money, there are 2 types of money. First thing first is that my company, how much money am I making? Few questions that CFO or big company want to know. What is my pipeline? That means if I lose, my company can survive for how long? It's all about cash flow. So they need to know what is the incoming pipeline. So we analyze this. We tell them, okay, you have a 100% contract amount right now. You already claim for 50%. You certify how much already. Outstanding is 15%. Then you see, sometimes it's not about how much people owe you. It's about whether the money you collect today is enough to pay the outgoing. So then a lot of people ask me, why traditional accounting system cannot give me this data? Okay, for those of you who are in the construction industry, you understand that when you are big, right, you want to track per project, am I making money or losing money? Company accounting system, right, is giving me a company basis. They are telling me whether my company make money or lose money. But in constructions, right, it's a credit terms one. So you have to finance your project for 3 months first. Then only you take money and then you have to pay. So you need to look at project accounts. So today, if you look at all the financial solutions, accounting software, right, no system can give you this project make money or lose money. Then this is where I come in. I can tell you whether you make money or lose money. Where I can even tell you your main contract BO, how much you certify to your subcon. You can then track the figure. This I think is very helpful for bigger company. So currently we have a lot more than this report. So report compilations, right, is it's not complicated. It's very easy one. All of you QS you should know. But the thing is, it's very tedious. It takes time. And accuracy is always a question one. You do already, alamak, one figure not right, you have to redo the whole thing. So it's very tedious. So how can I ensure that my user love to use me is by doing automations. We automatically generate a report. Then typical normal report is Excel-based, very long one, right? So you have a lot of people over there. Then the next question is, how can I give report to the relevant people? Relevant people. So the challenges we face, right, is data accuracy. We don't want data entry. Okay, so no data entry, can you generate a good report? Because rubbish in, rubbish out. Okay, then timing of this report is also important. When do you churn out this report? Can you get single source of truth? Is there a way where your SPEEDBRICK report is different from accounting report? We need to track that. Because if you have SPEEDBRICK report different from a contract report different from account report, then why do you want to use SPEEDBRICK? No point, right? Then another thing is that users' permissions is that not everyone can see your financial report, and only the right people can see. For instance, QS can compile report, but QS are not supposed to. It's not QS job to also understand a material report or the overall company level reporting. So QS only want to see that project's report. So you usually have one QS handle one project on. So these are the challenges that we have to go through. Okay. Then how do we solve this? Is in SPEEDBRICK we in order to build something new, we have to go through something called user's job. User's job basically means we need to understand who wants what report. You see, we talk about report. Different people want different report. Purchaser, they want to know my PO report. So, okay, how do I give you a PO report? When do I give you a PO report? Then directors want financial S-curve. But when it comes to if our client is public listed company, it's not just financial S-curve, it's an EBITDA, it's an entire EBITDA report which they need to submit to Bursa for their reporting to Bursa Malaysia. So different reports is also important. Then once we figure out that chunk already, I want to show you something fun that we are doing. So this is an example of a report that we are generating for to track your cost. So talk about cost control report. Okay. So this is the material. So this project, your budget for your concrete is how much? Then how much average analytics part? How much PO you buy right now? And then what is the percentage of changes? Okay, why is this information important? It's because QS will input the budget on, but QS will not know what is the purchase rate on. So whose job to ensure that you buy within QS budgeted rate? Actually, the answer is different company, they give us different answers. Some will say it's a QS job, some will say it's not a QS job because QS is not purchasing. Then some will say it's a purchasing job. Then purchasing will be like, I don't even know what the QS standard are. How am I going to track? So in SPEEDBRICK, we track for you. So it's become a SPEEDBRICK job. So how do we get this information? This information is every single time when you buy PO, right? We analyze your unit rate, and then we calculate the average for you, and then we tell you a percentage of change. And then we tell you your latest PO amount is how much, and when did you order it, the latest, so that you have a feel and feeling. Why is this important? It's because of COVID. This idea came to us during COVID. So COVID price hike by 40%, 40-60%. Certain items the price hike up to 300%. In SPEEDBRICK, we have all the data. I can tell you that in October 2022, your rebar price was 2,800, and today your rebar price was 3,527 ringgit. I can give you this kind of very detailed data. It's because we track all this, and so this is useful for users when it comes to cost control. Another example is that how we play with data is by looking at average rate. So you see, just now I give an example, right? I can say averagely your material you buy for the past 1 year, T12 Y12 is 3,186.54. But you have to bear in mind, the data that we can give, right, is that entire company, this is the rate that you purchase. We can also drill down into per project basis, this is the amount. What's the difference? See, the main con, right, they have projects all over Malaysia one. Some Sabah got Sabah price, Klang Valley got Klang Valley price. So this average rate, if it's across the company, it will average down between the across different states. But when it's within one project, right, you are tracking it based on that project only. So we allow you to track and analyze it in more detail. So right now, the average price as of last month is 3,200, roughly 300. This is the figure. So you see, in October, this is the figure that you're buying. And then you as a director, you look at this, you jump already. Hey, if you tendered 2008, you're crying already. So now that's why you see now new products, right? For QS, all the rebar rate is 3,005, 3,008. Roughly the figures are QS will know. So this is the actual purchase price. Okay, analytics is one thing. But what are the fun stuff that we are doing now is that we are going into predictions. So this idea came to us it was 9 months ago, I think. So one of the company director came to us and said, hey, so now COVID, I want to know my budget for my material is how much, and how much I issued, and then I want to know balance budget is no longer important, what is important to me is material price is fluctuations, is going up and down, going up and down. I want to know if I continue to buy at today's market rate before I finish my project, will I be making money or losing money? So this is where the predictions come in. By the way, it's predictions. It's not 100% accurate, but how we come up with this design, let me explain a little bit. So budget calculations, we can count for you. How this is simple. It's just a budgeted quantity against your budget unit rate, then I can count for you. But you see, in SPEEDBRICK, right, we have 4 budget control. One is your lump sum material budget. Lump sum material budget basically means you tell me this entire project, how much material budget you are using. 2 is the budget that I count for you. Because not everything you can count with quantity. You have scaffolding, you have aluminium formwork, you have certain items that you cannot count on. You can't count. How are you going to count aluminium formwork quantity? You can't. It's rental. A machine, how many months you use? You can count by month, but you have a lump sum budget. You cannot control the quantity. So we give you the balance budget, then we can estimate. So how do we estimate? Because now we already have all the current market price, your market price, the contractor's market price. So we take your latest purchase price for this project, multiply by your budget minus off your delivered amount. Then we get this estimated future purchase. Whether it's accurate or not, we are testing it out right now. We don't know. It's still beta. So we are enhancing the system. This is some of the fun stuff we are doing right now. The challenges is, of course, the accuracy. Accuracy is a main challenge. How accurate can you predict? If it's not accurate, then what is the purpose of having these solutions? And of course, the second challenge is that what's the purpose and whether people will use this to behave better or not, we don't know. So these are some of the challenges that we have to address right now. Our current track record, this is something that we are very proud of. We have the oldest users is 671. These are our users. He's from HAB. I think at the time when we captured this photo, he was 60 plus. And the most proud one is that the one that we measured now is 1,500 hours. And we also, ESG is a big thing now, sustainability. We reduces the paper usage by 10,000. Okay. So I think I'm done. I'll show you a little bit about some videos for fun about us, then we can go into Q&A.
我本身是百乐建筑公司的董事经理，我的名字叫做洪建纯。我们成立这个建筑呢，这整40多年了。
Hi, my name is 𝗪𝗯𝗶𝗵. I'm from Pilot Constructions. My position is directors of companies. Mainly Pilot Construction doing the factory projects and more on the high-end logistic warehouse and medical device factory and plants.
My name is 𝗪𝗯𝗶𝗵. I'm a director of the company. So what we do is work together with the client to put up a plan for them to expand their business globally. Pilot Construction been in market for the past 43 years. We are still using the old school method, putting everything in black and white. But after knowing this SPEEDBRICK, we can actually speed up the whole process. Then we approach SPEEDBRICK again.
I think this is the most powerful data. It will be a link from our procurement to our claims towards our upstream claim to our clients. So that will be a dashboard to see that input and output. We may not need a longer time to search around the data from different departments. I would say this is the core power of the SPEEDBRICK.
We SPEEDBRICK so that I can keep track what are the long lead equipment being placed in order and when the payment due. That is the most important.
My name is Ms. Chu. I handle full set of accounts. I'm finance and HR assistant manager. When we using SPEEDBRICK, we save more time, especially on posting the invoice. Using SPEEDBRICK, direct posting from the procurement department. So we just use one manpower to check the account posting. Last time we are using 3%.
From what I can see here is we can reduce the resources, the headcount, but we can get a better output. I think that's the beauty of SPEEDBRICK. Just a simple few clicks and I can know the result.
This system is just doing the trackings on that. So the quantity is not delivered according to our PO, or there's any defects, what is the procedure should be following up. So these are the beauty of the system. It will really help and it will be save a lot of hassles.
When use SPEEDBRICK, we can check back all the documents sent. We can see the invoice, PO and DO. So we no need to search the hard copy.
We use the most for one of our project in Bursa Malaysia, which is kicked off last year, November. And today, the project is going towards the closure. That's why our project, we consider is a very fast track. On behalf of Pilot and myself, we would like to thank you, Procurement, SPEEDBRICK, and the entire team to bring us Pilot to the next level.
Appreciate that the SPEEDBRICK Procurement have been helping us hand in hand with our teams. And this time is really helping a lot. It's really showing what we want and what we are expecting. Thank you.
Okay, for this particular company, I want to share with you the importance of personalization. So if there's any solution provider here, right? This is, you see how site uncles are using a system because we personalize a lot of
Pilot Constructions has been awarded as the main contractors of 𝗪𝗲𝗯𝗶H. What they are supposed to do here is to build an extension factories for 𝗪𝗲𝗯𝗶H because 𝗪𝗲𝗯𝗶H is expanding. And this project, right, needs to be complete in 7 months. And now it's month 6 of the projects. I'm here to see how they utilize SPEEDBRICK to help them speed up the entire procurement process. So Andy Law is the senior site coordinator of Pilot Construction. Today, we are here to see how Andy uses SPEEDBRICK to do his day work.
It's easier to refer all the material have been ordered and things, not.
Andy said that he likes to use SPEEDBRICK because it's easy to use. Andy, how old are you?
52.
Andy is 52 years old and he loves to use SPEEDBRICK. In 𝗪𝗲𝗯𝗶H project, right, they started the first column, which is 6 months ago. And now, in another month, they are going to complete the entire project. These structures that we are supposed to see is supposed to be brick wall. Brick wall will take around 7 days for them to construct. But with these new technologies, they are completing the entire structures within 2 days. So together with me now is Mr. Sujendran. He's a site engineer of Pilot Constructions. So with SPEEDBRICK, it's faster.
Yes.
Before SPEEDBRICK, you need to wait and you got no idea what is the status of the material.
Process of order is a bit take some time.
If without SPEEDBRICK, then we have to come back to office and make all this purchasing manually. So cost time, that is one of a major difference here.
to me is Siwa. He's the magic behind how Pilot Constructions can complete this project in 7 months' time. To Mr. Siwa, it's all about his team. A good leader is not about himself, it's about how he helped his team deliver the project on time, servicing the client on time. Look at the furniture behind me. 6 months ago, this is just skeleton. Structure skeleton. There's nothing here. And today I'm standing here with furnitures already in. Clients are going to move in 2 months' time because of this man behind. Salute to him. And I'm so grateful that SPEEDBRICK is able to play a part in this. So Arjunan is the silver supervisor of Pilot Constructions. He's in charge of this Nexperia project. And he just told me that he loves SPEEDBRICK because it's very fast, very convenient, very easy. And initially, there is a little bit of a learning curve, but after that, he loves it.
Yes, correct. Because we are a long time with the construction line, every project we are facing many problems because of the ordering material.
So after SPEEDBRICK, no problem.
So far, no issue.
No issue so far.
Can solve.
Literally can solve. So every supervisor in Pilot Construction is using SPEEDBRICK. Every site clerk, every administrative staff are using SPEEDBRICK in these projects. Because Pilot Construction is a fast-track project, they are supposed to install the roof within 30 days and then done it in less than 30 days. And look at the roof. Every construction site's call is at the site office. Today, I'm going to meet Madhu from Pilot Construction. She's a site admin and see the magic of SPEEDBRICK in helping her in her work. Young people hates construction works. But in Miss Madhu's case, she like it. Do you feel stressed?
No.
No stress. So she can use her phone to update the delivery orders with just one click, or she can choose to use her laptop and put the information in. There's no more Excel works, no more paper flying around. Look at the table. So now I'm with Mr. Cairo. He's the logistic of Pilot Constructions. He's in charge of updating the delivery orders.
First, it's very messy.
At first, it's very messy.
New to us.
Okay.
But later on, it will smoothen all the process.
So initially, there is a minor learning curve, which you have to learn how to use the system, and then collaborations, and then now it's smooth. Everything is smooth now.
Alhamdulillah, all goes well now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Cairo. So he just mentioned that we are very useful for the construction industries. SPEEDBRICK specializes in construction sites, and SPEEDBRICK is very glad that we play a part of this. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
I'm done. So these are the example of we have. Actually, personally, I really enjoy going to site, because when you see that you can help this group of people utilizing technologies, and at the same time, if these people are not using, right, there's no value for the management one. In the end, management want reports one. So how to get good reports is when your people are willingly using the system. Okay, I'm done.
Thank you so much for your presentation, 𝗲𝗲. So right now we can open the floor for questions. So if anyone has any questions, you can either choose to put them in the chat box, or you can unmute your mics and actually ask the question to 𝗲𝗲 yourself. Okay, let's wait for a while.
Hi everyone, this is Irene here.
Hi, Irene.
Hi, good to see you. Oh, sorry, I haven't opened my video. Hi. A quick one. I have a question that I would like about the SPEEDBRICK, right? Any other products add-on service that you have developed which can integrate with SPEEDBRICK? One of the things that I would like to know, with the SPEEDBRICK, how can you integrate with other software, or is there a development going on now?
So major accounting system with API we can integrate. So we integrate with Microsoft Dynamics. And any accounting software that don't want to open up the API, we use the robotic process automations, RPA, to integrate, to push data in. Right now, there are a few things under the pipeline which I cannot disclose yet because it's not signed yet. So a lot of exciting stuff are going on. In the end of the day, we are collecting the data. So what data are not in the system yet, it's the 𝗪𝗪𝗂𝘁. So 𝗪𝗪𝗂𝘁, which is the labor, is another major issues that we should be looking at. Yeah.
Right, thank you. Interesting. Oh, I think one other thing maybe you have actually addressed it just now, or maybe I overlook this now, is the once we get the software, is there a refreshers course for training every year that be given to the contractors, like the maintenance kind of training?
Yes, it depends on the company. Our system is very personalized. It's very easy to use. Basically, if you're a site supervisor, basically there's only one button. So we can come here and teach you how to click that button, or you will figure it out yourself. So we have clients that ask for the difference is not the refreshers cost, is that we are upgrading the system so fast. So every few months we have to tell our client, hey, there's a new update here, and this is how we use it. So the new part is where we are moving so fast, we're growing the system so fast. So we are not really training them for the old system, but it's actually the new one, the new update that we have.
I see. Thank you.
Thank you for your question, Irene. So moving on, does anyone else have any questions for 𝗪𝗲𝗠? Don't be shy. Okay. So I guess there are no more questions. 𝗪𝗲𝗠, do you have anything else that you would like to add on?
I hope it helps. I mean, like data is something that I'm very passionate about. If you all want to discuss with me about data, we are looking to understand as many challenges that you guys any of you are facing, and without knowing your background, I wouldn't be able to see. But in SPEEDBRICK, our focus is on how can we help. So how can we help QS to work faster? How can we help to utilize data to do more fun stuff? Today, whatever I'm sharing is actually proprietary. Be able to do that. We want to share more. Just come to us if you need to talk anything. You have my phone details. I hope you scan it. If you didn't scan it, you can go to LinkedIn and find me. Okay. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you very much. So with that, our BrainHuddle session has come to an end. Thank you again for joining us today, and thank you so much, 𝗪𝗲𝗠, for the very informative session.